Hi, so today I feel like showing my Blue Eyes deck profile for December 2019. Um, I've tested some new cards for the deck, and mainly Dragon Rulers, and I feel like they help improve the deck a lot. So I'll just get into the deck profile and then later show some three card combos that the deck has that I thought of. So yeah, let's get into it. To start off the deck, three Blue Eyes White Dragons. They're the main boss monster. No less than three. Then three alternative. Free summon. It's really good. Pops a monster. Yeah. I like to play two Dragon Spirit of White. The second one can come in handy just in case if you just need to banish more back row, pretty much. Three Sage with Eyes of Blue, really solid. Just add the tuner on normal summon, helps go into synchro plays. Yeah. Then three White Stone of the Ancients. This card is just really good. End phase, just get a free summon for Blue Eyes. It's Dragon Tuner, so I'm also playing cards of content. So three of these, and then one White Stone of Legend. Sense of the Graveyard, get a Blue Eyes. Really nice card. It's almost always like a plus. And now to get to the spice of the deck, three Lightning Dragon Ruler of Drafts, and along with it, Tempest Dragon Ruler of Storms. So in case you might not know, Tempest, if this card's in your hand or graveyard, you can banish a total of 2 wind or dragon type monsters from your hand or graveyard to special summon this. And then if it's summoned that way, you return it to the hand. But it also has a hand effect. You can discard it and a wind monster to the graveyard to add any dragon type monster from your deck to your hand. So basically, like, just in case you open this and Lightning, you can use Tempest to pitch in and Lightning to just add any dragon. But Lightning effect is the main reason why Tempest is really good for the deck. So Lightning says you can discard this card and a dragon or wind monster, special summon a Tempest Dragon Ruler or Storms from your deck, but it cannot attack this turn. So basically you can discard this and like a stone, get a free Tempest, and then you'll have this stone effect. If it's Legend, you get to search for Blue Eyes, or Ancients, you could summon a Blue Eyes and end phase. So this Lightning basically means you summon Tempest, and then you can link it off, and then just use Tempest Graveyard effect to summon it back, and then like go and do more like Link and Synchro plays. Then Triple Melody, solid card. Triple Trade-In, draw 2, it's really good. I'm also playing 2 cards of Continents. Yeah, so another thing about the Lightning Dragon Ruler of Drafts is if you open this, the Lightning and the Stone of Legend, let's say, right? If you have cards of consonants, you can use cards of consonants to discard the stone, draw 2, search for Blue Eyes, then use Lightning, discard itself in the Blue Eyes to summon a Tempest. And then the other way around, right? If you have Lightning and the stone, you can discard those 2, summon the Tempest. If you have like a trade in your hand as well, you could discard these 2, summon the Tempest, search for the Blue Eyes, use trade in, get a couple more draws. So yeah, I feel like Lightning is really good for the deck. Continuing on, I play 2 Dragon Shrine. I like more than one just because, like, yeah, one is good, but I feel like you just always, this is almost never a dead card. You can always send like a Stone of Ancients to add back a Blue Eyes in case you need it. It's just really good at 2. And then I'm also playing 1 Foolish Burial for extra send of whatever you need, and then 1 Dragon Fiend. I'm playing Romulus, so I can free search this, and it's another Foolish Burial, so that's pretty good. And now moving on to the revival spells, 1 Monster Reborn, and triple Return of the Dragon Lords. Not once per turn. Basically 4 monster moons pretty much. The return can also reborn the Tempest, so that does come up sometimes. Next up, 3 Call by the Grave. This deck can somewhat play around hand traps, but Call by the Grave really helps just to make sure that if you can't play around hand traps, you have this. And then also it's a DD Crow too, so that's good. And then I play 2 Twin Twisters just for back row decks when you have to go second. Mostly just makes it a lot easier to beat them. And then for the last 3 cards in my deck, 3, the Ultimate Creature of Destruction. So if you don't know what this card does, it helped me a lot when I played against Orgist. They had a Borosword Dragon, and they were trying to OTK me, and then I flipped this over. I did take like 3k because of the Borosword, but then it died, so it was really good. So this card says, it can target a blue-eyes monster you control. It's unaffected by monster effects, and it can't be destroyed by battle. And then if an opponent's monster attacks your monster, then attacks that monster, then it's destroyed at the end of the damage step. And then also this has a second effect where it can reset itself if you normal or special summon a blue-eyes white dragon. So that includes summoning alternative because it's treated as blue-eyes white dragon. So if you like use Melody and discard this to add alternative and blue eyes, then you summon alternative, you can reset this. So Melody in a sense just becomes a +1. So that's really good. But yeah, this card just helps save games sometimes. So yeah. And now moving on to the extra deck. 1 Blue-Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Basically, like if there's a bunch of like monsters you can't get over, like Boral Swords or whatever, any of the Borals, this will just get rid of them for you. You know, yeah, it's really good. 2 attacks too, so that's good. Yeah, and then 2 Blue-Eyes Spear Dragons, and then its targets, Moonlight Dragon and Azure Eyes. So I think you know what spirits do. In case you don't, it can like negate a grave effect. Neither player can summon 2 or more at the same time, and it can tag out into one of these, but it's destroyed at the end phase. So Azure would protect itself and any dragons for the rest of the turn after it's summoned. And then Moonlight's really good because when it's summoned, you can basically compulse a monster your opponent has. And then because I added the Tempest into the deck, I wanted to play a level 8 Synchro. So Draco Berserker of the Tenyi fills that spot well. It's not a monster effect negation, but when a monster effect is activated, or your opponent activates a monster effect, it can banish it. And then also, if it destroys an effect monster by battle, it can permanently gain the attack equal to that monster's original attack, and then it can attack again on a monster for the battle. So like this card can become pretty big over time if your opponent can't kill it. But yeah, like the monster, like just being able to banish certain monsters can help, like yeah, like just banish them out of the game. For the Xyz, number 68, basically you can detach, and then neither player can summon monsters from the graveyard until the end of the next turn. So this card's just really good against maybe like Salamangreat or something like that. It's been really good against. And then number 90, it just like negates monster effects. It doesn't destroy it because I'm not playing like Galaxy Eyes monsters that I would detach, but if you have a Galaxy Eyes monster, it could destroy that. And then for the Galaxy Eyes package, these are really good. Cypher Dragon, Full Armor Photon Dragon, and Cypher Blade Dragon. So Cypher Dragon can pretty much take a monster. Full Armor Photon Dragon, it just pops any face-up monster. And then Cypher Blade just destroys any card. So when you go into this, these 3 right here, Cypher, Full Armor, and Cypher Blade, it basically just like destroys 2 monsters. So they're really good for clearing boards, OTKing, stuff like that. And then going on to the links, Link Kribo, in case you brick, it's there, just link summon it, and yeah, just go ahead and, I mean, it's pretty much just there for bricks. And then Romulus, this card's really good, get the Ravine. Also, it has the second effect if a dragon, let's just read this. So, if it's link summon, you add a Dragoon Spell or Trap or Dragon Ravine. If a dragon monster is special summoned from your extra deck to the zone this card points to, except during the damage step, you can special summon a dragon or winged beast monster from your hand in defense position, but for the rest of this turn, its effects are negated, and it can be used with link material. So basically, like if you were to synchro summon underneath it for like your Blue-Eyes Spirit Dragon, then you could just summon any like dragon monster from your hand. Or also, what's cool is when you use Spirit Dragon's effect to like tribute itself to summon one from the extra deck, that'll also trigger this effect. So yeah, this card could just be like a couple more free summons, I guess, for continuous plays. And then Hieratic Spheres, just use any 2 dragons, and then you have a compulse and a summon from deck. And my last card, just Nightmare Phoenix for back removal. All right, so that was like the main deck, and let's look at one of the main combos for the deck. So, yeah, so let's say you were to start, I mean, there's like some variations, like you could probably like maybe draw into these cards because the deck has quite a bit of draw power, but let's say you start with Lightning, Dragon Ruler of Drafts, Whitestone of the Legends, and, no, not a Whitestone, we'll get that in the combo, Sage, let's say, so Lightning, Sage, and Alternative. So let's say we start with those. Let me take out some cards that we need in the combo. So Tempest, Stone of Legend will be used in the combo, as well as Dragon Ravine will also be used in the combo, and maybe also a Whitestone of Ancients and a couple Blue Eyes White Dragons. Okay, so let's see here. So yeah, this will be like the field center. If you can see this, okay. So this is your hand. This will be like, I can get rid of the field center for now, I guess. Okay, so what you do is you normal summon Sage with Eyes of Blue and use Sage's effect to add yourself Whitestone of Legend to your hand. And now you can discard the Lightning and the Whitestone of Legend to your graveyard to summon out from your deck Tempest, Dragon Ruler of Storms. And you can use Whitestone's effect in the graveyard to add Blue Eyes White Dragon to your hand. And now you can reveal the Blue Eyes to summon out Alternative to your side of the field. And now you have these and the Lightning and the Stone are in your graveyard. And now you can link Alternative and Tempest to the graveyard to link summon into. You're gonna need Romulus in your extra monster zone. And yeah, Romulus effect will trigger, and that'll add you Dragon Ravine to your hand. And now you have these. Now you can activate the Dragon Ravine. I'll just activate it. A little tenant space. Okay, activate Dragon Ravine, and then discard the Blue Eyes, send a Whitestone of the Ancients to the graveyard. And now in your graveyard, you can use Tempest, Dragon Ruler of Storms effect. You'll banish the Lightning, Dragon Ruler of Drafts, and the Whitestone of Legend from your graveyard to summon it. And now you can synchro summon with the Tempest and the Sage to go into your Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. And then end phase, you have your Whitestone of Ancients effect. Because it was sent to the graveyard that turn, you can summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck. So that 3-card combo turned into Romulus, the Tenyi, and a Blue Eyes and their Ravine. And you still have the Tempest in the deck. Okay, now let's get on to combo 2. So let's see. This is just like a variation on the first combo that I just showed. Okay, so it'll use the same 3 cards: Lightning, Dragon Ruler, Draft, Sage with Eyes of Blue, and Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. So, but this time you just won't go into Romulus pretty much. So this time you'll normal summon Sage, activate Sage effect to add to your hand your Whitestone of Legend. And now you can discard Lightning and the Stone of Legend to summon Tempest from your deck. So you can summon out the Tempest and use the Stone of Legend effect to add a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand. And now you can summon out Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon to your side of the field. And this will be your field. And now with these, you can synchro synchro the Tempest and the Alternative. I mean, not synchro, link summon the Tempest and Alternative to go into the Hieratic Spheres. And then in your graveyard, you can use Tempest effect to summon itself back by banishing both the lightning and the stone. And now you can link both, you can synchro both the Tempest and the Sage to go into Drake and Berserker of the Tenyi. So the end board for this will be the Hieratic Spheres, the Tenyi synchro, and you still have the Blue Eyes in your hand, and the Tempest is still live for next turn. So this will probably be my more go-to play if I could, because this is pretty much counts as 2 disruptions, because you can bounce a card and you can summon a Dragon Spirit of White from your deck, or Ancients, which goes into Dragon Spirit of White. So that can basically banish a back row, compulse this can return any, you return a face-up card on the field to your hand. So you can return any face-up card, so mostly that'll be a monster. So monster and back row removal, and then if your opponent activates a monster effect, just banish it. So that's like 3 disruptions right there. And then you still have like plays next turn. If you summon out the Ancients with this and it dies, not only do you summon Dragon Spirit of White, but then you can banish the Ancients to add this back. So you get that summon, and then you'll have the Tempest, which can banish the Spheres as well as the Dragon Spirit of White to summon out the Tempest. So you basically will have like a lot of going second plays too. So that's what's really cool about this deck. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. If you have any comments or suggestions or anything you feel like I should add to the deck, yeah, let me know. But yeah, goodbye.